Dr. Kim, though, the first question is, why do you believe that Kim Il-sung would accept an invitation to visit the United States? With conditions so tense today on the Korean Peninsula, wouldn't he prefer to remain in North Korea?
Thank you very much for your agreement to send invitation to Kim Il-sung. And after you are sending invitation, if Kim Il-sung accept, so much the better. But if not, Kim Il-sung must be criticized by world opinion because he expressed his strong desire to come to the U.S., enjoying hunting and fishing here, and getting friends here. So no rules for you in this effort to send invitation to Kim Il-sung. Thank you.
But do you really believe that he can leave North Korea at this time? He's 82 years old, I believe, and in ill health. Do you think that he could really leave North Korea at this time and make this trip to the United States?
Problem of his visit, we have not raised, but he raised. He was willing to come. So as he stated so, we send the invitation. So whether his health is good or not, or Korean situation in Korean Peninsula, that's his own business, because he proposed his willingness. He expressed his willingness to come to the U.S. And I think there must be some discussion in the North when Kim Il-sung expressed such a desire. So it is good for you to test him, sending invitation to come to the U.S.
You have said two things that are somewhat at discrepancy with each other. One is that we should be respecting the internal rights of Asian nations, such as China. The other is that we should be pushing for human rights. Now, in the matter of most favored nation status for China, do you think it is best for the United States to push for human rights in China by cutting off most favored nation status for that country, or would that be counterproductive to getting China to agree to help with North Korea?
I am not saying we should force the China to persuade North Korea to accept nuclear, transparency because of MFN. I am saying China is sharing same interest with North Korean nuclear issue. If North Korea does have nuclear, South Korea may follow, and Japan. There is possibility Japan goes nuclear way. If Japan wants, accept that way, as we know, Japan can become easily nuclear superpower, concerning its, economic and technical power. So this is absolutely serious problem for Chinese, national interest. That's why China is opposing any possibility of North Korean nuclear possession. So that's why I said in my speech, this is not only American problem, but also Chinese problem. So there's no relation of MFN issue.
You proposed that President Clinton send an elder statesman to China and North Korea. Can you give us an example of a specific person who you think would have the stature to carry out such a mission?
I hope such my remark should not be taken as my intervention in your domestic politics. So I am hesitating. But chairman of this National-Press-Club is so dignitarious. So I can't resist to his question, not giving answer. So I'll try. So I think one of them most suitable leader, elder statement must be President Carter. And President Carter was a president who opened diplomatic relations with China. So he is so suitable. And also, he is widely respected, trusted by international society. So, in fact, yesterday, I have a telephone discussion with President Carter about East Asian problem, including North Korean nuclear issue. And also, as far as I know, North Korea has long admired President Carter. So they want to see President Carter's visit North Korea. So if the U.S. send such an elder statesman to North Korea, that will greatly, compel Kim Il-sung to make some decisive concession toward the U.S. As you know well, in North Korea, Kim Il-sung is the only man to make concessions. So I think whether President Carter go China and North Korea officially or not, that's not my business. But he must be one of most suitable elder statesmen to visit China and North Korea. I think so. Thank you.
The South Korean President Kim Young-sam, is he aware of your proposals here today, and do you know if he supports what you are proposing? I have not discussed with President Kim Young-sam about this emissary, so there's no reason for me to have such discussion because this is American business. But I have long proposed President Kim Young-sam to have a summit meeting with Kim Il-sung as soon as possible. That is very necessary to reduce mutual hatred and misunderstanding between both countries, both governments, and to restore reconciliation and good cooperation between both sides. After my such proposal, President Kim Young-sam responded, proposing North Korean Kim Il-sung. I am ready to meet with Kim Il-sung anytime, any place, if he agrees. So I really want to see his meeting with Kim Il-sung to solve our problem. We must realize reconciliation, mutual cooperation, must develop a peaceful, reunification stage by stage. So I really want to his such meeting, and I have been long invited by North Korea. So I openly declared before my people, unless President Kim Young-sam meet with Kim Il-sung, I will not go to the North. So I am waiting for his meeting with Kim Il-sung.
then I will consider my visit to the North.
Dr. Kim, you mentioned that Koreans fear certain U.S. attitudes that raise the specter of war. What would Korean opinion be if the United States ignored the North Korean nuclear inspection stalling tactics?
Our absolute condition with North must be North Korea's agreement of complete transparency of nuclear ambition and nuclear problem. And without the realization of such thing, the U.S. or South Korea shouldn't give any tolerance to North Korea. So the transparency of nuclear issue comes first, but only to achieve a successful negotiation, I am proposing a simultaneous negotiated package deal. So dealing between the U.S. and North Korea must be achieved concurrently. So I don't think there is any worry that we lose our position. And as I mentioned earlier, we should propose a negotiated package deal to North Korea. As North Korea many times stated such thing by Kim Il-sung and top-ranking leaders. They said, we have no intention, no ability to produce nuclear weapon. Our first goal is to have a diplomatic relation with the U.S. They repeated such, advocacy. So now we should say, yes, now we will allow diplomatic relations. So you should prove your, remarks was true, accepting nuclear transparency. We are in such position. So if North Korea accepts this, that's good. If not, we should ask China to persuade North Korea. And if North Korea doesn't agree with such Chinese pursuit, then with China, we should bring North Korea to the UN economic sanction. If China be cooperative, economic sanction will be very effective. This is our way. Nothing to lose. We don't need much time to solve this problem. Yesterday, when I met with State Department leaders, including Assistant Secretary Galuji, I told them it is time for us to put an end to this problem. We have consumed too much time. If we continue such thing, it's not good for us. The longer we continue such nuclear negotiations with North Korea, the more the U.S. and South Korea must lose its prestige. Nothing to gain. I suggest him. This is my analysis and suggestion. Thank you.
As I said before, Kim Il-sung himself is 82 years old, and his son, who is the heir apparent, has been described in the American media as unstable. Do you think that there is a pressure to get some kind of resolution to this thing while Kim Il-sung is still alive?
There has been a long saying in Korea and abroad. As long as Kim Il-sung is alive, there will be no change. But reality is not true, is not so. In 1991, after collapse of Soviet Union, Kim Il-sung made three major concessions, as I mentioned in this my speech: simultaneous entry to the UN, cross recognition, and mutual recognition as legitimate entities between both Koreas. So Kim Il-sung made such significant concessions toward us. Only Kim Il-sung makes such things because about these three our proposals, North Korea has long advocated, even more than 30 years, this kind of American imperialist plot to divide our nation forever. So we shouldn't accept such, plot. But Kim Il-sung did this without disturbance in the North. Kim Il-sung is like an almighty man in the North, whether it is good or not. We don't support such system. No doubt, after Kim Il-sung, even if Kim Jong-il succeed his father's position safely, but Kim Jong-il couldn't exercise same authority and couldn't be strong, like Kim Il-sung. I suggest in another speech which was delivered yesterday before American Enterprise Institute. In that speech, I strongly suggested we should solve the problem before Kim Il-sung's death. But and let me tell you, this is not my own judgment, but American experts' judgment, such as former, the U.S. ambassador to Korea. I know two of such ambassadors whom I met. They told me their analysis. We should solve this problem before Kim Il-sung's death. And as far as I know, Chinese government also think that before Kim Il-sung's death, problem in Korean Peninsula should be solved. And if you allow me about diplomatic relations with North, this is not, this is not the giving, allowing of privilege. In a sense, this is our promise, with two reasons. One is, in 1991, North Korea became a regular UN member with the blessing of the US government. So diplomacy doesn't mean, ally or a friendly country, but mean, relation with the existing country. It is contradictory for us not to have a regular UN member, not to have diplomatic relations with the regular UN member. And in addition, when in 1973, South Korean then President Park Chung-hee proposed this, cross recognition. Since that time, including the U.S., the West has long supported this. But now, cross recognition is only working on our side, not North Korean side. North Korea feels kind of breach of promise. And also, diplomacy is not, advantageous only for North Korea, but for us. Imagine if we have tens of, our embassy buildings in the North with hundreds of, our diplomats from Western society and South Korea. And naturally, there will be our businessmen, to invest there, with North Korean businessmen. And tourism will be there. Many of tourists go to North Korea. Then such things will greatly change the atmosphere in North Korea, pushing North Korea to become another China. So let me tell you, as my conclusion, let's make North Korea, to involve in economic development. Then North Korean economy become, better. when, as you know, it is natural. When we feel hungry, we get angry. But we feel full of stomach, we laugh. This China is good example. During Cultural Revolution, how much China was hostile. But now with prosperous economy, how much Chinese people is laughing. In their mind, there is no Mao Zedong or Cultural Revolution or socialism. There is little, but in their mind, there is, business and making money. So we should make North Korea another, China. This is what we should take to solve a problem, peacefully, I think.
You mentioned often in your speech the need to make face-saving overtures to Asian leaders. Do you believe the United States government at times has acted arrogantly in its dealings with East Asia?
Difficult question. But unfortunately, I feel many of American people, Asian people, feel that. So when there is a problem about trade issue or other things, American has been time to time too much suppressive. Even we feel somewhat, somewhat too strong. So as I already mentioned, Asian people take face saving most important. And so with some moderate attitude to save Asian peoples, then that will be good for the U.S. Not losing friend, but to achieve its goal with voluntary cooperation expressed by East Asian governments. Sometimes it may need time, but such an impatient attitude very much deserve to take. If America has a strong attitude, suppressive attitude, it may be helpful in sometimes to get short-sighted interest. But I am afraid it will lose, friends, and in long term, it will be harmful to American, interest. As far as I know, in East Asian countries, basically speaking, they want to be cooperative with the U.S. If only the U.S. can understand their situation, if only U.S. can take, such a face-saving attitude, then I think they would be much more willing to be cooperative with the U.S. I say this as one Asian people. I have been long supported American democracy, and I have owed much America in the course of my struggle against dictatorship, because I saved my life 2 times. So I am saying I have always feel some burden to America. So I am saying this as a real friend of America. So I have a worry that such recent American, somewhat strong attitude is gradually losing Asian people friendship. I am afraid this.
Following up on what you just said, one questioner asked, can you tell us whether it is true, as has been reported over the years, that the American CIA intervened to stop the Korean CIA from killing you after you were kidnapped from Japan?
Yes, that was really true. Real true. Without such American intervention, my life would not be saved. In 1973, that time I was in exile in the U.S. and Japan. In August, I was abducted at some Tokyo hotel. Abductors, Korean CIA men, first had a plan to kill me in the bus stop, hotel bus stop, dismembering my body. So they prepared 3 rucksacks, heap of tissue paper, strings, but they gave up in killing me at the bus stop because I shouted help. So they afraid of my voice was known by others. They brought me to the sea, leaving all these things, rucksacks, paper, and also they left their North Korean cigarette, disguising North Korean activity. And in the ship, Asia ship, I was about to be thrown into the sea. My whole body was, tightly tightened. That very moment, as far as I know, Japanese plane came there over the ship and, threw a, warning bomb. So I was narrowly escaped from the death. That time, American CIA visited Korean president, warning not to kill me, and provide this information to a Japanese government, as far as I confirmed, president. So I was able to be saved with such American CIA activity that time. And also in 1980, when I was sentenced to death, without the American effort to save my life, together with world opinion, my life would not be saved. That time, President-elect Reagan, it was in 1980, made their best effort to save my life. So I don't know this time in 1980 whether CIA involved in this case or not, but it is true that the American government saved, much contributed to save my life. Thank you.
Thank you very much.